Welcome to 13 minutes of news in 13 minutes or less. Okay, guys, a couple things we got to run through first. I want to shout out to Moves Financial. Go give them a check out, you guys. They are a gig workers tool. They are a bank that is building. The team is still growing, and they are doing things to help gig workers, which most banks will not do, as you probably have found if you have needed anything. So even small-term loans, getting your cars fixed, things like of that nature, you can do through the Moves platform. Join us tomorrow on Sunday Fun Day if you want to talk about anything Moves or solo, work solo. Work solo can give you guaranteed pay earnings in your market. And if they're not to your market yet, you can still download the app and you can still use it and start helping them gather the anonymous algorithmic flow for what they'll need to determine that when they get to the market, because they're moving quick. They're in a lot of places now. And lastly, to GaryZapps.com. Gary Zapps, DUH, Maximo, and Flex Alert. Check them out, you guys. The other thing I want to say is I want to say awesome to Tony, the Driven Dad. You made 1K. We all knew you would. I said you'd do it by the end of this month, and we still have days left. It's like a week left almost in this month. And you did it. You did it. Is it a week? Yeah, we did it by far, man. You did it, man. I'm so happy. Anyway, I do want to jump in with the news today because, a couple events real quick. On Monday, this coming Monday, I will be interviewing Stephanie Vigil, who is running for the Colorado House of Representatives. She's running for a seat there. She's the first gig worker, or she would be the first gig worker to hold a seat in the state legislature, or I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, check in your own state, but I believe she might be the first gig worker in the country if she gains this seat. Now, her and I don't see eye to eye on everything, but I'm very interested in her view on how to move the gig economy forward, taking care of workers while not crossing the independent contractor line. So we will have a discussion. I encourage all of you to be there live. It's 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. It will run time of an hour, and she is there to answer all questions. I will spend about the first 15, 20 minutes just kind of going over her platform, what she believes, and her gig work, and then we will just open it up to questions, so please join us. Also, Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern, every week, Para Presents debuts, and that's me running a round table on a different topic each week. This week is a great one. Last week was a great one. Go check them out. You go to Para Gig Smarter. Look that up on YouTube, and you will find all the round tables I've done. They're all their newest videos, and check them out. And the last thing for this week that I wanted to mention, oh no, it's not this week. I'll have to save it for next. But let's jump into the news. So first and foremost, did everybody hear that they did catch the teapot hacker? So he is off the street, and a lot of news is like, thank God, we've got him. He hacked Uber, and he hacked Uber deep. There have been Uber hacks before where it was more of a customer concern. When I was speaking with Gary Middleton, this became a bigger concern because he got to the source code. So he basically has the code on how Uber works and runs. So basically, this is a huge deal because with the dark net and with other means and companies, we all know that these companies aren't always on the up and up. So, would Lyft pay for that kind of information? Heck yeah, they would. Would other companies? Probably. Is it legal? No, but who knows? He also hacked Rockstar Games, Red Dead Redemption, and Grand Theft Auto. He hacked their online too under the same name. So he really did some damage. But here's my thing. Everybody's all excited about the fact that he got caught. Guess what, guys? It's one person. It's one person. You know how many people out there can do what that guy did? I mean, I think we all need to keep that in perspective. Like, it is a good thing they caught him. But at the same time, keep your guard up. I got to keep saying this. Please, please, please. Do not fall for phishing scams. They are becoming so prevalent. I know they've been around for a while, but I'm seeing them everywhere. I took my mom to get a new phone yesterday, and we have AT&T. family plan. So took her in, got her new phone. And within an hour, while I was helping her set up her new phone, a text came through that said AT&T, said, you know, hey, we need to have you verify something. It was a phishing scam. And somehow it had known that we had just added another phone. And because of the timing, now normally even she would have known that's a phishing scam. Because of the timing, it just felt weird. Had I not been there, she might have clicked it. So people are getting very clever. If you get a phishing scam, quick solution is, if it's Uber saying you need to change your password and you really are that concerned about it, just don't click the link. Go to uber.com, log in as customer or driver, whichever you're doing, and change your password. And if you log in and there's an alert, then read the alert within the dashboard. But don't click the link on a text or an email. I think we all know this, but I'm just saying it anyway to just double check. I really don't want to see people fall for this crap. I know it sounds, you know, so inflated and exaggerated, but to be honest, it can ruin lives, okay? So we heard about the FTC warnings for the gig companies. This is part of, obviously, the PRO Act not going through. I've done some deeper diving now. You know, there's a lot of upset politicians that the PRO Act didn't go through. And they are really pushing every button they can. Just an opinion here of mine, the FTC has not been the most transparent, clean, honest organization in the world. Yeah, I mean, last night for example, on the radio show, we talked about some examples of, like, you know, what's being taken down on TV shows and what isn't on the same channel, back-to-back shows. I used The Office and South Park as an example. They go back-to-back on the same channel. They're bleeping things out of The Office. They're taking down episodes of The Office, or one at least, from season 1 has been removed from all platforms. And it's, you know, I mean, those of us that watch, it's like going to a comedy club. Don't go to a comedy club if you don't want to laugh or if you don't want to get made fun of, because that's what they do. They try and make fun of everybody in the club. So don't go there and then get mad. That's what they do. That's what a comedian is. So it's like, you know, don't go here if you hate what this is. Don't go here if you hate what this is. You know, there's other ways to go about it than to go to the place and try and start a fight or something. So regardless, the FTC is involved. They are looking into the gig companies. I think there's some good in this, but it's a big push from the administration pre-midterms to try and get some lockdowns on these companies, because, you know, we know Massachusetts is going a very unique direction. California is failing. Washington State is about to enact its own AB5. I mean, it already is, but it's going to be enacted in the new year. It was supposed to be only for rideshare drivers. And at the last minute, Governor Inslee changed it to be exactly like AB5, which we were impressed when it was just rideshare, because that's the TLC Commission, the Taxi and Limousine Commission. And rideshare drivers should have the same perks to those drivers. So therefore, an AB5 or a Prop 22 type legislation without an AB5 that killed all the careers of people in California. And so don't even get me started. I don't need to live in California to have talked to so many people whose lives have been destroyed. And if you question that, please reach out to me at steve@ridesharerodeo.com. I will send you more than you can handle in reality. So if you've heard otherwise, AB5 destroys lives. End of story. No, Prop 22 to the side, AB5. So anyway, they were going to do that in Seattle. Now they're going to do the whole shebang. They're going to do delivery drivers too and all this. Now we've found that the studies are out, guys. The gig is up, so to say, and Prop 22 was a 100% failure. It's not working. It's not paying. It's not taking care of people. There is an article out saying that the average pay of rideshare drivers in California right now is under $7 net take home. Now, if Prop 22 was initially designed to save rideshare drivers, not delivery, and it's not giving them a dime, and I've said this since the beginning, why would it? They make more than that in an active hour. It doesn't matter where you live. So if they're not getting next to nothing from Prop 22 and it's all going to delivery and these other things, it seems like a law, or it seems like measures were taken to specify that, you know, I don't know. It just seems very wrong. I'm just going to say it. Massachusetts is going this direction, and they're not going to allow for a Prop 22 vote. So I think in the new year, we're going to see some real realities. The best thing that can happen now is no more states going this way before we see what happens in Massachusetts. Let January hit. Let Washington go. You know, I know DC is trying to push through. I know Pennsylvania's trying to push through, and I know New Jersey's trying to push through to get it into January legislation. Or not into law, I mean. So let's see, because it's not helping the way that they sell this. The pitch that they give, the way that they sell it, it ain't happening that way. So let's see what happens. I don't want it near my state. I'm an independent contractor. I understand what that is. I know what that is. I want to remain that. And I don't need other people telling me how to make a living. And I don't need a union at the end of the week grabbing in my pocket for part of my pay. End of story. And then that brings us to what is being done about this PRO Act. I mean, what's going on here? Well, there is something going on here. We have a group, Democrats and Republicans, the Worker Flexibility and Choice Act. It is the polar opposite of the PRO Act. It is there to prevent independent contractorship, it is there to help independent contractors and to make sure that they have a choice to stay one or not. So therefore, it's the choice version. It's not you must be in a union or you must do this. It's, hey, let's say the middle. You can still be an independent contractor, but we're going to see if we can't make other ways to have perks if you want a union. Now, that's the best solution. If we can find a way to make that happen, great, because I know my choice, but I don't want to decide for my neighbor. If my neighbor wants union and it doesn't affect me, I'm all for that. But if it has to be one or the other, that's a problem. That said, that's 13 minutes of news in under 13 minutes. We'll be back next week. Catch us tomorrow on Sunday Fun Day. Peace.